HTML id versus data attributes. What's the difference? Have you ever wondered how to make your web pages more interactive and organized? Understanding the differences between the HTML id attribute and data attributes can help you achieve just that. Let's break it down in a straightforward way. The HTML id attribute is used to give a unique identifier to a single HTML element on a web page. This means that no two elements can have the same id value in one document. The main purpose of an id is to allow you to target that specific element for styling with cascading style sheets or manipulating it with JavaScript. For example, if you want to change the color of a header, you can use CSS rules that apply only to the element with that specific ID. It is important to note that the id value must follow certain rules. It cannot have spaces, cannot start with a number, and is case sensitive. Now, let's talk about data attributes. These are written as data followed by a hyphen and a custom name you choose. Data attributes are designed to store extra information directly on any HTML element without affecting how it looks or works by default. They allow developers to embed custom data in HTML elements in a standardized way. Unlike the id attribute, data attributes do not need to be unique and can be used on multiple elements. They are especially useful for storing information that JavaScript can read and use later, such as settings or metadata that does not need to be visible on the page. To summarize the key differences, the id attribute must be unique on a page, while data attributes can be repeated on many elements. The id attribute is mainly for identifying and styling or manipulating a specific element, whereas data attributes store extra data related to an element, often for JavaScript to use. The syntax for the id attribute is a single attribute with a unique name, like id equals header. In contrast, data attributes start with data followed by a custom name, like data user equals 123. When it comes to accessing these attributes, the id can be targeted in CSS with a hash symbol followed by the id name and in JavaScript using the getElementById method. Data attributes can be accessed in CSS using attribute selectors and in JavaScript via the dataset property. For example, you can access a data attribute in JavaScript like this, element dataset user. For practical applications, use the id attribute when you want to style or script a specific element that appears only once, like a main header or a unique button. On the other hand, use data attributes when you need to attach extra information to elements that JavaScript might use later, such as storing product ids or user roles without cluttering the visible content. Understanding these differences helps you write cleaner HTML and use CSS and JavaScript more effectively, making your web pages interactive and well-structured.